Oh my goodness, it is July and it is hot and muggy and humid. I don't know about y'all, but it's like, boom, summer is officially here. So we are continuing with our weekly menus that focus on low heat. So we are not going to turn our oven on because we do not want to heat up the house more. And it's also low effort. I love a good low effort, but I want it to be tasty and yummy and affordable. So let's get into this. Here is our shopping list this week. Now, I do want you to note a few things. On the list, I have red potatoes. They just happen to be the cheapest that I could get that was in 3 pounds. If you already have regular potatoes, the brown ones, just use what you have. But since we're not going to need a full 5 pounds, we opted to do 3 pounds this week. Now, some other things to note. We have a bunch of different options under meat this week, but check your prices. If ground turkey is cheaper than ground chicken, you may want to make that swap. I put on here boneless chicken breasts or thighs because we only need a pound. And actually, this is a great dish to use. It's going to be a slow cooker recipe. And really, you just need 1 to 2 chicken breasts, maybe 3 to 4 thighs. We're not going to use a whole bunch. So this was just the cheapest option for chicken. You can kind of switch it out between chicken breasts or chicken thighs. And then we do have a good amount of pantry staples this week. So I think it would be very, very possible for you to get your total lower than mine. My total came out to $57.45. That was at the Super Walmart in Gainesville, Florida. But like I said, there's a lot of pantry staples. Maybe you already have ranch seasoning. Maybe you already have some chickpeas, some diced tomatoes, some black beans, some chicken broth. Heck, maybe you even have tortilla chips. Those are easy ways to get your total even less than mine. Now, I know we just had the July 4th, but you know what? Burgers are always welcome at my house. We love them. We try them lots of different ways. So this time we're going to do ranch chicken burgers. So simple, so easy. Like I said, check your prices though, because sometimes ground chicken is cheaper than ground turkey. Sometimes it's on sale. So just switch it out however you like. We're going to do some super simple corn on the cob. I like to steam it in my microwave, but you could also boil it. Totally up to you. I will say that there's only going to be 3 of the total 6 corn on the cobs here because one portion is actually half of a cob. So this will be a total of 6 portions, and any corn that doesn't get used up, we have a plan for later on. So let's go on to the next one. Now, if you've ever had like an antipasto appetizer platter, it's so yummy with the cheese and the different meats. And that's kind of like this, except we're going to do it as a pasta salad. And keep in mind, though, that we are going to be using the pepperoni and the salami for another dish. So don't use the whole packages here, but I would probably use maybe a little over half on each of those. And then if you think it's a little less on the meat, keep in mind that chickpeas have a lot of protein, but you can, the pepperoni and the salami were not that expensive. If you wanted to, you could easily bump them up or just get bigger packages, totally up to you. And we're going to use some Italian dressing here. But if you don't necessarily like Italian dressing, you could easily do like a vinaigrette. I would check your fridge and see what you already have. You don't have to do it exactly how I've done it. We're just going to try to use what we have and then supplement some of the items with what we don't have. Meal number 3 is going to be a potato and kielbasa hash. This is actually very similar to one of my favorite sheet pans, but since we're trying to stay away from the oven, we're going to do this in a large skillet on the stovetop. And basically, you're going to start by cooking your onions, just kind of cook your garlic down a little bit, and then you're going to take about 1 to 1.5 pounds of potatoes, and we're going to fry those up. And here is the trick. If you keep stirring them and you keep watching them, I swear they never cook, okay? So what I usually do is I chop everything up, I get it all ready, and then I throw those potatoes in the pan, I give them a quick little stir, and then I start unloading the dishwasher, okay? And then I can hear the potatoes And like every 5 to 6 minutes, I can go over there and just give them a little stir. But I swear, if I watch them, they never brown and it seems like they never cook. So keep that in mind. And then we're just going to throw in some broccoli and some kielbasa. And then once everything's in the pot, I like to just sprinkle some cheese on top, put the lid, and it melts. And then my kids really love this with sour cream on like the top or on the side. So it's just it's just comfort food. It's yummy, it's quick, it's easy. Now, this is one of those meals where something sounds really good, but you don't want to go out and buy the ingredients. And so I found a bunch of recipes one time that called for pesto, and I didn't have any. And I also didn't have a basil plant or any basil. So you can easily make your own pesto in a food processor with spinach. And it's a great way to use up spinach that's maybe about to go bad. And it has a slightly different flavor, but it still has that beautiful color. And it's just a great way to use up spinach. So we're going to make a spinach pesto corn salad. This is where the other 3 ears of corn, and depending on how much corn you think each person is going to use, you may want to, when you cut all the corn off the cob, you may want to save some for that other dish that I was telling you about. And then for this, we're also going to grill some shrimp. And remember, with the wooden skewers, especially when it comes to shrimp, you want to soak those skewers in water first. Otherwise, when it goes time to take them off, you might have wood splinters, or you'll notice that your shrimp is just really sticking, and this kind of prevents that. Now, if you don't happen to have a grill or want to grill, you could very easily just do this in a pan. It doesn't mean you can't do it, you just do it in a pan. Totally fine. And then we are probably going to have some of the hamburger buns left. So let's just go ahead and add some garlic bread to this one. If you have some cheese, you can easily make some cheesy garlic bread. And then I feel like it would really make it a nice, light summer meal, very low heat. Now, one of the things I love about food is that it kind of goes in cycles. And I've noticed that all of a sudden for summertime, the grinder style sub is back. And basically, we're going to take the rest of the pepperoni, the salami, and some turkey. We're going to chop it all up nice and small. You can also add tomatoes. I usually do some mozzarella cheese that's just been shredded. And then we're going to take the rest of our spinach and just kind of chop that up. Now, I like to just combine everything in a big bowl, and then I'm going to put my Italian dressing and make almost like a chopped salad. But here's where it's different. We're going to get one of those big loaves of Italian bread, and we're going to slice it open. Now, you can slice it completely open. I like to do where you go about 3/4 of the way so you can open it up, and then you stuff that salad in there, close it back up, and then go ahead and slice it. Depending on the loaf of bread, you could easily get 8 very filling sandwiches. And because a lot of our vegetables are already in here, we're just going to serve this with chips. And this is such a huge hit because it's so flavorful and it's so filling with that bread, but it's a no heat. We didn't have to cook anything. It's super simple. You could even take this to the park or to the pool or whatever. Super yummy, super easy. Now, even though it's summer and it's hot, sometimes it's just a nice, yummy soup just really makes your day. And honestly, I usually do this when it's like a slightly cooler day. Maybe it's kind of overcast or rainy. But this is one of those like ultimate dump in the crock pot kind of meals. Because basically, we're going to throw everybody into the pool. We're going to let them cook. And then when it gets closer to the time that we want to eat, we're going to take our you can use chicken breasts, you can use chicken thighs, you can use chicken tenderloins, anything you want. We're going to take the chicken out and we're going to use forks or however your favorite method is to shred it. We're going to add that chicken back in. And then all you have to do is serve it with some tortilla chips and some shredded cheddar cheese. If you had sour cream, that always goes well. Maybe you had some leftover avocado, or avocados aren't that expensive right now. I absolutely love any excuse to eat avocado, so I would easily throw some avocado on top. But this is just one of those super easy but super flavorful crock pot meals. And for some reason, even though we're only using like a pound of chicken, This easily could be dinner for 4 to 8 people or have plenty of leftovers for later. And it's just filling and comfort food. Well, I hope y'all are surviving the heat. We're going to do a couple more weeks of this low effort, low heat meals because I know that some of you are really experiencing some crazy hot temperatures this year, and there's just no way that you want to turn on the oven. So we got you covered. We're going to keep them low heat, low cost, but super yummy and low effort when possible. So don't forget to come check us out on Facebook. We post there all the time. We have a Facebook group called Meal Planning for All. So if you get stuck in your meal planning or if you just want to chat with others and see what they're doing, come check us out there. We are going to put all the information in the description. So you're linked to the PDF. Go to the website. You can sign up for our email list. We only send out one email a week. It's on Fridays and it's a recap. So definitely do that. And I hope y'all are beating the heat. Hopefully you enjoyed your July 4th. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.